Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into an absolutely fantastic foundational explainer based on the HECTA Korean Education Institute's curriculum. Now, this was originally designed as a gateway for Chinese speakers, but honestly, the principles in learning Korean, the first step, are incredibly universal. They're perfect for literally anyone starting entirely from scratch. So if you've ever felt completely intimidated by a new alphabet or a totally different language structure, you're in the exact right place. We're going to break down the core elements of this source material, learn some highly practical everyday phrases, and get you speaking right now. All right, let's jump in.
Here's our agenda for today. First, welcome and motivation. Second, the learning roadmap. Third, 5 basic expressions. Fourth, practice and quiz. And finally, summary and next steps.
Welcome and motivation. You know, taking that very first step into a new language is just so exciting, right? It literally opens doors to new worlds. But to stay committed, we really have to anchor ourselves to the why. The source material outlines 5 fantastic reasons to learn Korean. First up, understanding K-pop and K-dramas without constantly looking down at subtitles. Imagine actually catching the cultural nuances and jokes firsthand. Second, traveling easily in Korea. Knowing just a tiny bit of the language totally transforms you from a standard tourist into a real explorer. Third, talking to your Korean friends in their native tongue. It just builds such a deeper connection. Fourth, deepening your cultural knowledge, because language is basically the DNA of a culture. And fifth, boosting your overall language skills and keeping your brain healthy. I know a ton of you are already huge fans of Korean media, so let this just validate exactly why this journey is going to be so rewarding for you.
Now, I get it if you're looking at Korean writing, which is called Hangul, and you're feeling a little overwhelmed. Take a deep breath. It might look unfamiliar, but it's actually one of the most logically designed writing systems on the entire planet. Seriously, it was specifically invented to be easy to learn. The shapes of the letters actually mimic the physical shape your mouth makes when you say them. The source material really emphasizes this to reassure us. It's brilliantly structured. Once you learn the basic rules, you can read absolutely any word, even if you don't know what it means yet. So trust me, it's way easier than it looks.
Section 2, the learning roadmap. We all know blank canvas paralysis is very real when you're starting a language, but this step-by-step path makes it super achievable. Step 1 is mastering Hangul and the basic letters. Step 2 focuses on pronunciation and something called bacham, which are basically the final consonants in a syllable. Then, Step 3 is building up that vocabulary. Step 4, we put those words into basic, useful sentences. And finally, Step 5 is where the magic happens, pulling it all together in real conversation and listening practice. So you don't have to tackle the whole shebang at once. Just take it one clear, easy step at a time.
Section 3, 5 basic expressions.
All right, welcome to the Quip Wins section of our explainer. We're going to skip ahead just a little bit so you can walk away today with 5 real, highly practical expressions you can use right now. I'm going to be your one-on-one tutor for a minute. Our very first expression is the absolute essential hello. In Korean, this is 안녕하세요. This is your go-to polite daily greeting. You'll use this with a cashier, a new colleague, or when walking into a restaurant. So let's practice this together. I'll do a slow read, a natural read, and then I'll pause so you can shadow me out loud. Ready? Slow. 안녕하세요. Natural speed. 안녕하세요. Now you try. Go ahead. Awesome. Next up, we have thank you. This one is 감사합니다. You use this to express formal gratitude. Now here's a super helpful pronunciation tip for you. Even though that third syllable is written with a P sound, when you speak it naturally, it completely blends into an M sound. So it sounds like 합니다. Let's use our rule of 3 again. Slow. 감사합니다. Natural speed. 감사합니다. All right, your turn. Give it a try. Great job. Moving right along to a nice, short one, yes. In Korean, it's just ne. It basically sounds like the English word net, but without the T at the end. You use it to agree or confirm things. But what's really interesting is that Koreans use this constantly during a conversation just to show they're actively listening to you. It's kind of like saying, uh-huh, or I see in English. You're doing absolutely fantastic, so let's practice this one. Slow, ne. Natural speed, ne. Your turn. Perfect. Now, if you need to politely disagree or deny something, you're going to need the word for no. That word is 아니요. If someone asks if you're totally full but you definitely still want dessert, or if someone asks if you dropped a wallet that isn't yours, this is what you use. Let's practice. Slow, 아니요. natural speed, 안녕. Go ahead and try it out loud. Spot on.
Okay, our fifth and final expression is incredibly common and super versatile. It's 괜찮아요. This means it's okay or no problem. You can use it to reassure someone if they bump into you and apologize, or you can use it to politely decline something, like saying, I'm okay, thanks, when they offer you a bag at the store. Let's break down the flow of this one. Slow. 괜찮아요, natural speed. 괜찮아요. Now you give it a shot. Fantastic! Look at that. You officially know 5 highly useful Korean phrases.
Section 4, practice and quiz. So the whole point of this is actively using what we just learned, right? Language is all about recall. Let's do a really quick, low-stakes test right now to prove to yourself just how much you've retained in the last few minutes. I'll ask a question and give you a few seconds to say it out loud. Here's question 1. How do you politely say hello in Korean? Think about it. Got it? If you said 안녕하세요, you are absolutely right. Great start. All right, question 2. Which phrase means thank you when you want to express formal gratitude? Take a few seconds. Do you remember the pronunciation rule? The correct answer is 감사합니다. Excellent work remembering how that P turns into an M sound. Let's keep this momentum rolling. Question 3. If you want to say yes to confirm something, or honestly, just to show you're listening, what do you say? Take a second. Yep, the answer is ne. Simple, short, and just incredibly useful. Question 4. How do you express no in a polite way when you need to disagree or deny something? Think back to our practice run. You got it. It's 안녕. Very well done. And here we are at our final quiz question. What is that highly versatile phrase for it's okay or no problem? Give it your absolute best shot. The correct answer is 괜찮아요. Seriously, congratulations on successfully completing your very first Korean test. You should be really, really proud of your progress today. Section 5. Summary and next steps. Let's just summarize the massive progress you've made today. You learned exactly why studying Korean is so beneficial. You've seen the logical roadmap that'll take you from the Hangul alphabet all the way to fluent conversation, and most impressively, you've mastered 5 real, polite, everyday Korean expressions. The source material leaves us with this core philosophy that I really want to emphasize for you right now. Stick to learning 10 minutes a day. That's it. Consistency is the true key to language fluency. You really don't need to study for 3 hours every Sunday. Just 10 minutes a day of focused, engaged learning is going to yield absolutely incredible results over time. It builds the habit, and it literally builds those new neural pathways in your brain. So, what is next? Well, if you enjoyed this foundational lesson, the next step in the curriculum is a course where the focus shifts to learning 30 must-know Korean expressions specifically curated for K-pop and K-drama fans. It takes all the basics we learned today and completely supercharges them with fun, pop culture vocabulary. On behalf of the HECTA Korean Education Institute's materials, I just want to thank you for dedicating your time to learning with us today. Remember, just 10 minutes a day. So what's the one Korean phrase you're